find gooseberries, sprouts, damsons, etc. at their best. It is a guide to what is and isn't worth eating and when. And I like to think that there are few things more worth knowing than that. It is not some tyrannical culinary calendar, but a reminder to keep an eye out for something, a gentle and I hope delicious aide-memoire. For the most part, I shop at small local shops, farmers' markets, proper butchers, fishmongers, delicatessens and cheese shops, rather than all at once on a weekly trip to a supermarket. I've honestly never set foot inside a branch of Tesco. This book is very much a gentle plea to buy something, however small, each day, to take time to shop, to treat it as a pleasure rather than a chore. This doesn't mean I spend my life shopping, far from it. It simply means that I stock up on dry goods, such as rice, pasta and the like, once a week, then manage to find half an hour a day, sometimes less, to buy just one or two fresh things from someone who sells them with a passion and a specialist interest. Easier than ever now that shops tend to stay open later. A weekly trip to the farmer's market forms the backbone of my fresh food shopping. Plus, I have a weekly organic box delivered to my door. I love to see those tables laid out under striped awnings with food that is being sold by the people who made it or picked it. Shopping at the farmer's market means that you can buy your cream from the person who churned it, your potatoes directly from the people who dug them from the ground, your salad leaves from the guy who planted the seeds. Food with a story you can follow from seed packet to table, picked that day. This, to me, is as good as food shopping gets. I feel that buying ingredients as fresh, as honest as this, is a chance to cook them as simply as possible, to let that food taste of itself, to allow it to be what it is. My kitchen is not large, but a trio of skylights and the fact that the doors open up to the garden make it a hugely pleasurable place in which to cook. It has no fancy cookers, no battery of expensive equipment, yet it has been thoughtfully and intelligently designed. The space works perfectly. Good kitchens are not about size. They're about ergonomics and light. My garden is a tiny urban space, yet it has been crucial to this book. Leading down from the kitchen doors are steps, on which rest pots of thyme and single marigolds, dark red pelargoniums, and Italian aubergines. There is an old stone terrace where we eat in summer round a zinc-topped table set under a fig tree. The terrace makes way for a small, rather amateurish potager, with 6 little beds filled to overflowing. 2 for pot herbs, roses, and old-fashioned scented pinks, 1 each for raspberries and currants, another for tomatoes and courgettes, and 1 for runner beans, broad beans, artichokes and rhubarb. In amongst the chaos grow sweet peas, dahlias, nasturtiums, and opium poppies. Beyond that is a minuscule wooded patch, no deeper than 12 feet, with a tangle of plum, damson, hazelnut and quince trees, plus wood strawberries, and in winter, snowdrops growing underfoot. What I should emphasize is just how small this garden is. So when I refer to the kitchen garden, I'm talking about a diminutive patch, probably about the same size as the average allotment. I make no attempt to be self-sufficient. I simply haven't the space. It is just that by growing something myself, from seed or small plant, I feel closer to understanding how and when a pear, a medlar, a broad bean, or a raspberry is at its best. Anyone who has ever grown anything for themselves, or simply has an old apple tree in the garden, will know that you often end up with a glut. Too much of the same ingredient at the same time. I was keen to reflect this in the Kitchen Diaries. So there are months when there may be a bounty of tomato recipes, others when almost every week seems to feature raspberries in some form or another. If you make the most of the good prices that go hand in hand with the glut at the market, or you want to use every bit of the ripe fruit and vegetables in your garden, then you will welcome this. Personally, I think of it as